Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have the Kangaroo King. This is a 2015 National Geographic documentary. It is 44 minutes long, and if you ever wanted to get up close and personal with the physiology of kangaroos from birth to death, this is the documentary for you. And while it's lighthearted in tone, it's not silly or anything, but of course they pick a kangaroo and they name it, and then they talk about it as you would, so you're invested in it as not just another kangaroo or as just one of many random kangaroos in the documentary, but you have a connection to it, and so you have an idea of what Rusty. You get to see the day he's born and the way he's dangling. It's probably this big. He's probably this big, dangling from a teat and suckling while in the pouch. He makes the crawl from the birth canal to all the way up to the pouch and inside to find the teat. It's instinct. It's smell. It's whatever it is. He knows where to go. Yeah, you get to see it from the very beginning, and you get to see him grow up. And they talk about it like it's filmed over 5 years, or at least we see him 5 years later as he's grown up. More than likely, they filmed lots of different kangaroos, because I mean, unless you really know your kangaroos, odds are they look a lot alike to you. So I kind of doubt that they spent 5 years. I could be wrong, but odds are they go, okay, we're going to shoot really close up little baby ones, and then we're going to show some joeys, and then we're going to shoot some adult ones and much older ones and stronger and buff ones, and they're really buff. They're intimidating. But all said, they probably shot it over a series of months, maybe. But either way, that doesn't really matter. I don't want to break the illusion, the magic of documentaries, but yeah, I mean, when they shoot these kind of things, they shoot a lot of footage, and some of them are really close up. I mean, they appear to be close up, but some really, and like I said, when they look intimidating, when they're about ready to face off with one another and fight, box, and whatever they do, man, I realize, yes, there's telescopic lenses and stuff like that, because odds are these guys are not like 2 feet away from what's going on there, but they get some astounding shots. This is 2015, so it's not like we're all shooting in 4K. Well, maybe they are with some cameras at that point, professionals, but yeah, these days it's not what it is today, but still, even so, it's only 2015. They get some pretty astounding shots, and so many close-up shots of inside the pouch. If you ever wondered what's going on inside the pouch, well, you get to find out. And there's also, you get to learn about their whole process, the mother's process of being pregnant constantly and knowing how to shut things down by herself when things get a little bit rough, like, say, a drought and nobody can eat. She's making some tough choices because she can just go to the next one, take care of that one. Many times she's taking care of herself above all else when everything dries up, because she's constantly in a state of pregnancy for the most part. And honestly, the males, their job is to shoot and go, and that's what they do. They don't stick around for very long. But we can see Rusty in his. You get to understand not just about kangaroos, but all the different creatures that he would interact with, kangaroos that interact with in the wild in Australia. You get to see little glimpses. There's dingoes here. There's emus over here. There's all sorts of snakes and lizards, and just some that are predatory, some that they're just curious about, and some that they can share a watering hole with. It's all different types of things. So it's an interesting documentary. Again, if you're not from Australia, if you're from Australia, it might teach you something you didn't already know. I don't know how much they teach you about all the nature on the outback. I honestly don't know. But one of the things that you do learn, I mean, one of the things that I learned even before I watched this was that Australia, in the wild, it was made to kill you. Like, if the wildlife doesn't get you, just the heat, just nature itself will do whatever it can to kill you. And the thing is, these animals are so much better prepared than a single human ever could be to survive the wild. Red kangaroos, which is what we got here with Rusty. Rusty, red, whatever. It's, they are so much better prepared, and we learn about their physiology and why they're better prepared to survive the outback than most. But it doesn't mean that all of them survive. And yes, there is some fairly gruesome footage of the ravages of drought that take a toll on all creatures, great and small. And yeah, I mean, it's terrifying enough that when you're like, hey, he's a Joey, he's hopping around, he's exploring, he's a young kangaroo, he's a roo, and he is under threat of being scooped up by an eagle. Yeah, it's like a big freaking eagle can just pick up a kangaroo and go rip it apart and then go feed it to her hatchlings. It's a rough world in Australia, and we get to see it from the point of view of the kangaroo. So I learned more than I ever imagined I'd find out about kangaroos without befriending one and becoming so close with them that you would know who they are. But no, that's not going to happen to me. I just don't imagine that I'm gonna get to know a kangaroo as well as I could get to know Rusty here. So yeah, be aware. There's you get to understand how genitalia from both genders of kangaroos are used, manipulated in certain ways. So yeah, it's fairly graphic. It's not freaky. Come on, it's National Geographic. But yeah, if you got little ones who are like to ask a lot of questions, maybe you don't hide everything from them, but you're going to be answering a lot of questions. Let's just say that. What are those? And how do they keep? Oh, that's what are they trying to keep cool there? Well, they're digging a hole in the ground. That's how they keep them cool. But you can watch it to find out more about the bits of kangaroos. In Kangaroo, the Kangaroo King. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 14. We still in the A's at that point? Wait a second. Now, it can't be 14, because we already done 14. Did the thing get reset without me giving permission? No, it didn't. Just so 14 would have been, let's see, it's empty there. 14 was all the same or not. Oh, I think I picked that because I picked that previously because the documentary came up about that, or the behind the scenes episode. And so I said, I'm going to watch it rather than see the making of and then not have any idea what the show is about. So that's on me. That's on me because I picked something from the list. So that's one of those rare things that happen here. But so it makes us pick another one, number 225. 225 at the other end of the list. Almost at the very end. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. This is also kind of falls into one of these foreign type shows, and I feel like this would have been like a documentary, but maybe it's like a movie sequel to the series that we have seen. I've done an episode on this series, but we'll find out. I'll find out. But it's a movie, I think, and they're probably gonna have subtitles unless they do the dubs. The dubs. I don't know. We'll find out when we watch Teeny: The New Life of Violetta, or Violetta. Teeny, The New Life of Violetta is what we're going to watch next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.